allow, y'all. Eyes up, but every knee gon' bow, y'all. The spirit moved upon the waters, it got life in it. Let there be a firmament and you put lights in it. Sitting above the waters is your footstool. Every tree yielding fruit, that's that good food. We put lights up in the heavens for season and days. And our years too, we trying to get back to them ways. We put life up in the waters, all the moving creatures. Every heartbeat is yours, y'all, we truly need you. I will forgive us, cause sometimes we take this life for granted. Everything belong to you and we can make it vanish. You the Alpha and Omega, got every advantage. If you mark iniquities, then ain't nobody standing. Earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, they keep the commandments. The sun and moon is in his order, just by our sanity. You put the sand for a bound that the sea will stop. Can't hide nothing from the arbor, y'all, he see the hop. Made man in his likeness, we corrupt the image. Second son and second Adam, obey.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Don't let my snitching fool you. I love a good jam. And I'm S-I-N-G-L-E again, outside hanging out the window with my ratchet ass friends. Let's go!
Go, Karen.
Let's go!
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Messed up. It messed up. Let's want to do it one more time because we got a good live today. Let's get it again. Let's pray and make sure my service is doing well tonight. One more game.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yes, yes, yes. We will shut shit down. Please hit the like button coming in. I appreciate you guys. Y'all know when we do our Dolton deep dives, I have to put in a little bit of work. I always have to put in work. I try to put in work with my content. But I want to first off shout out to the new administration in Dolton. Shout out to Mayor House, Tiffany. I said Tiffany. Oh, shoot. She watching. Kiana Belcher, Brittany Norwood, Steve, everybody. Shout out to you guys. Y'all have a long road to go. I pray that you continue to fight a good fight. And while that's going, you know what we're going to do. We're going to stay on a butt. Okay? So today, what we're going to be hitting is not 4, but 5 subject matters. Okay? We're going to break it down, and then we probably chop it up for you guys so y'all can see it later on in the week. But this is going to lead into a part 2 because everything that we talk about or we highlight, it seems to come back to circle. So I want you to remember, we're going to do some flashbacks on some of the things that we talked about already. But one of the first things we're going to be talking about is some of the fees that homeowners have to face. Hold on, my glasses got a glare, and I pray that my eyes don't mess me up when I start reading. Put my glasses on because I've been in front of the screen all day. So just bear with me. When I got the glasses on, it means I've been doing work. Okay, so one of the things that House brought up yesterday was that he wants to make sure that, you know, Dolton is business friendly. And, you know, I mentioned to also include housing friendly as well. So we're going to go into some of the residential fees that they have to pay, being a renter or a homeowner. We're going to get into a little bit of this escrow affidavit, because I was asking about, like, what is this escrow thing? Dolton is pretty complicated, so we're going to break that down. Then we're going to be getting into the inspection list. Okay. So we were able to find at least one inspection that was done with a particular building, and we will give you an update on that one. Okay. We're also going to go into some information related to the roofing and housing. And it's just going to come back in full circle, because we're going to just put the pieces together so y'all can see the full picture. Okay. The roofing and housing, we have some information to add on to that and reflect back on one of the companies that has been verified to be part of the roofing and housing program. And then we're going to get into it. Was it a fire or was it arson? Okay. We're going to get into Evette towing, because Evette towing was one of the cases that we read and gave you great detail on the distress that they went through. And now, today years old, we have a fire. Okay. So that's what we're going to be divulging today. So get your popcorn, get your tea, get your coffee, get your tea. Okay. That's what Tiffany, I had to warm up my tea or my coffee. So appreciate you being here, HBAG. Thank you for being in the comments. You know, I will put your comments on the screen, but we're about to deep dive. Now, let's get into the Dolton website. All right, we're going to start there with the housing and permit section, and that's where we're getting a lot of the PDFs that we're going to show you today, and we're going to go through it. So this is what people in Dolton who live in Dolton and people who do business in Dolton have to face. So they have permit and contract and license requirements. So we have that document. I don't think I got plumbing. We got homeowner's permit. Okay. Contractor's license. And I think general permit. So we're going to go over a few of these documents and just give the family an idea of what Dolton residents have to go through. Also, we're going to give y'all a little update on, or show you a clip that I came across related to the water bill. Okay. Maybe we'll come back here because it's saying something about the water here. What did it say? Before selling or renting your home, you are required by the village ordinance to have a house inspection. Okay, let's start there. A water tax stamp is needed to change any title. Oh, water. Oh, okay. Now I was wondering what that is, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go into that. But let's see. Water tax stamp is needed to change any title. The water bill must be paid in full, along with any outstanding bill, any outstanding debt to the village. All final bills must be paid in money order or certified check. For information regarding a housing transfer, call this particular number. The housing department conducts annual inspection of multi-units, rental properties. For information, you contact this number. There is a fee for the service. And then I do have some questions about that, because some things is a little questionable. Okay. Crime-free housing program. Now, this is something that we're going to go into. You let me know if you think this is good, this is bad, too strict, or whatever. We're just going to present it to you, and y'all let me know. Then I'll probably get my 1-2 cents. So, crime-free housing program. For all property owners that have tenants, you are required to have an operational license with Dolton Police and Housing Department. According to the ordinance, no Airbnb rentals. Krigley. He probably, like I told you, he ain't own nothing. He probably was just an agent. But this right here is a little bit heavy. Now, I don't go against them wanting to try to lower the crime in Dolton, but the stipulations make it a little hard for homeowners and their renters as well. Maybe the crime is so bad that this is something that they really needed, but we're going to get into it. All right. So these are some things that I was just kind of questioning. Also, let me show you guys. Let me get myself on the other side of the screen. I like this side. Let me show you. They wasn't playing. Look at this. They was not playing. They said if we gonna update, we gonna update. So look, even when you Google Dolton Mayor house come up, okay? So go Google it. It's not Tiffany Henyard coming up unless you put her name in it, okay? So that is a breath of fresh air. They're moving forward, and let's see. Y'all want me to read this to y'all before we get into the mess? All right. Jason M. House, a proud native of Dolton, Illinois, has dedicated his life to uplifting the village he calls home, a product of Roosevelt Junior High School and Thornton Township High School. Jason's deep-rooted connection to the community inspired him to run after earning his degree from the University of Illinois of Urbana campaign. Okay. I don't know where that's at. In 2024, he planted his roots even deeper by purchasing his first home in Dolton. Okay. With a passion for serving and proving record of leadership, Jason House made history when he was elected mayor of Dolton, winning with an overwhelming 95%. Okay. So I didn't do the calculation, but I definitely know he beat out Miss Cassandra. Okay. So by overwhelming 95%, shut Tiffany right on up. Shut her right on up. Now, this broadcast is not only going to be focused on just what's happening with Dolton, but this FBI probe is still growing. Don't get it messed up. That's why we're highlighting some of these things, because they're looking still into some of this stuff that is connected to Henyard, the administration, and how they handled stuff. Okay. So his victory wasn't just a milestone. It was a mandate from the people who believed in his vision for a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Dolton. The seasoned financial executive, Jason, has spent more than a decade driving economic development and fiscal responsibility within the village. His leadership extends beyond government, with years of civic involvement, including serving as a treasurer on several nonprofit boards and holding part roles with Dolton Chambers of Commerce, the Mentor Link Unlimited Scholarship Program, and the president of board of specified jurisdiction for Seton Academy. Jason is deeply committed to the spiritual and social well-being of Dolton, and I like that, and I do agree with that. I do see that in Jason. As a devoted member of Valley Kingdom International Ministry, he leads with integrity, vision, and heart. A self-proclaimed sports fanatic, Jason finds joy in football, baseball, bowling, and basketball. He over there, Jay, shooting a shot for Jason. I'm playing around, y'all. But his greatest passion remains the economic validity, community growth, and overwhelming wellness of the people of Dolton. Under his leadership, Dolton is not just moving forward, it's rising together. All right, so shout out to Mayor House. And it was so crazy because that when I, from the beginning, I was like, why that man didn't run for it? Why? He'd been perfect for mayor, and he ended up being the mayor. So that's what's up. Now, what we're going to be doing is helping the mayor out. We're going to be digging low. All right. So here is the escrow affidavit. Now, let's look into the housing department and what they got going on with this escrow affidavit. Now, you guys, if you are owners, renters, investors, get in a comment. Let me know what you think. This is not from an emotional standpoint. It's from like a realistic standpoint. Is this doable? Is it too much? What the hell going on? Is it suspect? Whatever. Village of Dolton Housing Department escrow affidavits, because I never heard of this. Okay. And I buy and sell houses. I heard of escrow, but not with a county. So I do hereby acknowledge that I were informed and made aware that on placement of the escrow, rehabilitation work must begin within 30 days and be completed within the maximum time allowed, 4 months. Failure to complete repairs within the allotted time will result in forfeiture of escrow. So, that was what actually Fresh Farm was facing, these type of things. And this type of ordinance or layout was causing problems for her in because of Tiffany was holding out. But this is how she was able to do some of that. Now, I have not built a home yet, but I have done some fixing things, and I don't know if it's typically normal that you have to put escrow down to do repairs. So you guys let me know. That is not typical for my county, but let's keep going. We are aware that the failure of beginning or completing the violation within the prescribed time limits will result in insurance of a citation, which carries a fine of $500 per day. I'm sorry, guys. Some of this I'm winging because there's so much information. So the shock that you're getting from me is truly shock. Who could afford $500 a day? And what area are we in? I'm just saying. Anytime that I have a discrepancy or feel away, I'm gonna be like, house. Okay, just like I'm gonna say help. I'm gonna say house. Okay, because I think that needs some serious revision. $500 a day. It got me shaking in my boots. Okay, let's move forward. Oh, wow. Okay. We were also aware. Now, this is your affidavits that you're signing liability to. You as an investor, someone who's fixing your house, okay, in Dolton. We are also aware that the license and bond contractor is needed to complete repairs and must obtain a building permit from the Village of Dolton prior to commencing to the work. So we already know the permit probably costs some money. We're going to get to that. Hopefully we get to see that. I think I got mostly everything pulled up. So y'all do have money coming in. Y'all got money coming in. Oh yeah, we're going to look at that too, of the money coming in, some money coming in. Okay, guys. We're going to get to it. We will comply with the village ordinance, regulations of the building's code, and inspections are required. All violations must be corrected in compliance with the Village of Dolton Code. Upon completion of the repair, a final inspection must be scheduled by the buyer. Please sign and date confirm agreement with these conditions. So $500 a day. If you don't get the work done. Hold on, because I need to write this down. And then, because we're going to get into some other numbers, okay, we got to find out how much the inspection is. And then we know inspection is just done yearly for people who own homes and renters property. And we're going to kind of get to that. All right, so y'all can get in the comments, let me know what y'all think about that. I think it's a little extreme. It sounds like a Tiffany. It sounds like what is it? Block by block. When we went into block by block, it sounded like that was something that she wanted to implement. So this is the housing department selling property as is checklist. Let's see. We're gonna get into that. Transferring property. Hold on, let me just see, because we're gonna get into the housing department sell straight checklist. Let me see. We'll get into this. Yeah, let's get into that. Hold up. Ugh, Jesus Christ. All right, so we need to figure out how much we got to put in this escrow, because it told us. Did it tell us how much the escrow? No. So we need to find out how much is going into the escrow. Okay, and that's what we're going to look into now. Things get a little rocky, a little wild. Now, all right. Cool. Housing department selling property as is checklist. Now I'm trying to, like I said, get a good picture of this, and things are looking a little extreme. So selling property as is checklist. What is needed to close, file, and transfer stamp? All right. So this is the first step. The seller responsibility real estate transaction application fee is $200. Jesus. Typically completed by the seller or seller rep. That's a lot of money. I haven't heard of inspection applications This is application. This is real estate transaction application inspection fee. Oh, I skipped over that. Hold on. This is, hold on. The numbers are throwing me off, y'all, because they're a little bit high. Okay, let's just rewind and start again because I'm getting thrown off. House, help me. Okay, Grace, don't be emotional as a real estate investor because this is out of pocket. Real estate transaction application inspection fee. So your inspection fee is $200. Let's just put that now. Let's think about who had to go through this under Henyard, okay, and why this is not a good look. Now, you have to schedule the inspection. Now, you already know what they said. You got to do it within 30 days to 4 months. Get this thing rolling, okay? Step 2, the buyer responsibility. So, the owner-occupied single-family home escrow amount requires $500. Owner-occupied single-family home escrow requires $500. So, that's $500. So, this is what is needed to close, file, and get transfer stamp. All right, this is when you're selling property. Okay, now I would assume the inspection and things like that is going to be the same amount for across the board, but this is if you're just selling property right here. Okay, the buyer is supposed to, okay, so if the buyer is invested in a multi-unit property escrow, the property escrow that is required is $1,000. So the single family is $500 and the multi-family is $1,000 certified funds only to be put into escrow. Now, I'm wondering, is this money refundable? We already know they're going to lose it if they don't abide by the rules or don't finish on time. So complete escrow affidavits. That's the one that we saw. Buyers should read this form in entirety to ensure that they understand the process. Purchase a new water meter. Let's just check this off. They had to purchase their own water meter, a new water meter for $225, guys. I got a new water meter put on for free a couple of months ago, and I didn't even ask for it really. So what ended up happening is that we were having some issues with my boiler, and they were saying something about the piping that was coming in, and I called the gas company, and I also was having pressure with the issue with the pressure in my house as well with the water. So I had to call the water company. So this was around the same time. And they came out and they said it was nothing wrong with my pressure, but I had an older system. So what they were going to do was replace it. Now, the reason why I thought I had a pressure issue, just trying to teach y'all something, if y'all homeowners, is because I was hearing my pipes whistle. And I'm like, what the hell am I hearing? Like, and then when you cut the faucet on, I Googled it. You cut the faucet on and the sound go away. So it's like then your pressure is high. So they replaced that for me for totally free. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They said, this is not the issue. You need to go get a plumber to check or something else because it's not that. So I'm throwing that out there because I got a new water meter at that time because I had those two things happening at the same time. And I was like, oh my God. So imagine you having issues or you're actually getting new things built and then you have the stipulation. So that's a little wild, but we're going to keep it moving. Okay. And was those the meters that was sitting downstairs that was sitting around? Y'all remember I just did a flashback when Raleigh Rogers was in the office, so I can show you how long ago they had water issues. It's not just a Henyard administration. It's a literally it's a how can I say it? It's a full area issue. It is, I think it's the Chicago, all types of areas, all areas out there have issue with their infrastructure. So with that goes to say, they said that there were meters that were sitting, and that was one of the issues when they had tried to contest Cook County bill. And Cook County was like, you ain't even got those meters. What's the meter reader? And they like, oh, they just sitting there. So that may be the meters, but maybe I'm over examining. But y'all see, put the pieces together. But they said those meters were like $2,000 a piece. So I guess they trying to make oh yeah, I got good memory. That's what he said in the video. I guess they trying to make the residents pay a portion. So roof, let's move down. Moving on. Roof certification by the state license, by a state license and bond roofing company. This can be submitted after closing. So it's by a state licensed bond roofing company. So we're going to look into the 3 roofing companies that they use. Now, I didn't get into see if they was bonded, but I am going to get into a little bit of mess of one of the roofing companies, okay? Then a final escrow inspection is required in order to get the escrow deposit refund. So a final escrow inspection. So they have to pay for another inspection to get done before they can get their escrow money back. Okay. So did we figure out how much these inspection costs? No, not yet. We're about to get to it because I think I got the page. So request for a final water bill. Make sure that's paid. Declaration page, deed. This is all with transferring here in Dolton property. Purchase agreement, pay transfer taxes, $5 per sheet, $1,000 of the sale price. Jesus Christ. It's usually a smaller percentage, but it says pay transfer tax fee of $5 per 1,000. Okay, per 1,000 of the sale tax. Okay. I had to reread that. I was like, it's usually cheaper. Okay, so it's $5 per 1,000. I'm gonna look at my calendar and see if it's different here. Okay, and pay transfer state stamp fee of $50. Okay. I don't know if that's notary, but we seeing a whole lot of revamping that needs to be going on right here. And I'm just gonna say, this was a hard document for me to go over. I'm sorry, just because I am a real estate investor and I'm someone who aspired to actually build my first property. And if I have to go through that in the town that I'm doing it in, hell to the no. I'm selling it. That's one thing I'm going to tell you. I don't like to be bothered a lot. So that's a problem. So this is the detail sheet that we just went over, but it's a little bit more. Okay, so let's just go into here. We just read a sheet that's similar to this, but this is the checklist. Like they highlighted stuff, made sure that you know what the hell going on. But you already see we went into if you have if you're going to be living in a house. As is inspection is $500, multifamily is $1,000, and that's what's going to be going inside of the escrow. Also, you're going to have to pay for your own water meters. They highlight this damn thing. $225 for a new water meter. And I think if you have a multifamily house, don't they have more than one water meter they got to buy? Shit. Now, I like the fact that you want to make sure that the roofing company, construction company has license, but I don't know if that's what y'all was doing before. Y'all definitely going to do it now, but we're going to show you that wasn't happening. Point of sale roof certification must be provided prior to closing. So you also got to get a roof certification. Now, I didn't have to do that when I purchased my home. They just asked. I was a buyer. They just asked when the roof was done, and the lady did it like the year prior, and it was within our agreement that she gives me it was like a warranty or something that went with it. But that was with our agreement and our negotiation because that was one of her selling points, that it was a new roof that came with this type of warranty. So, y'all can certify for me. Let me know if that's typical. But the only reason why I saw something like that in my first home transaction is because that was part of the the negotiation. So they have to finalize the water bill, and we already know we just gonna be like that. People were receiving estimated bills. Okay, we showed you that with the Trina clip. Trina just mad as all hell, just balls of fury. We did show you the settlement that Trina received. And I do really believe it was related to this. As well as there's several other residents that still complain about the water bill and what's going on, i.e., one of my new contacts out there has been keeping me up to date in what they have been going through, because I mentioned they saw the water bill video I did, and that person mentioned that they still get estimated bills to this day, even, and when that person told me that, I was like, okay, I always try to be good. Like, okay, so what you may need to do is get the card that they say they have and fill it out and send it in. And then he's like, well, no, I call it in my number. I said, okay, cool. That's even better. He's like, but I still get an estimated bill all the time, no matter if I call it in. So I'm going to say house help. Okay. Because that is like a couple of years old, or just the other day when I released that I got that from a resident. Okay. And I do believe that this is a resident of Dolton that I do talk to, not all the time, but you know what I'm talking about. So I told you, I'm going to put it out there at the right time. Here we go. All right. So they are still experiencing these estimate bills. Okay. Transfer tax fee is not too bad. I think that's $5 per 1,000 is typical, but I thought it was like 10,000 or something like that, especially when you have the housing market like $250,000, $350,000. Average home in America is about $350,000, y'all. And they're not even the size. All right, so let's just move on. All of the other estate transaction. This is the quick claim, judicial transfer to from trust, tax deeds. This is some of what they have to do. Get a transfer stamp fee for $50. I don't know if that's a notarization that they need done. No, it says copy of notarized deed and trust. So it's already notarized. So the transfer stamp fee is $50. I haven't. Y'all let me know, because some of this stuff I haven't heard of. So it really throw me off. Now, I haven't been in all markets in the United States because it could be different. But this seems a little bit extra. Okay. And the requirement for that final water bill is wild. And the reason why I say that is because of the situation that's happening out there. Okay. All right. So we got into it a little bit. We got a lot of questions trying to figure out, is Dolton actually housing market friendly to the people that they want to come out there, as well as the businesses. They got to go through this. All right. So this is the straight sale. The same thing. It's pretty typical when you under this form. I just want to show y'all what I'm looking at. It's pretty typical to what we just saw. So this is the sale or straight sale. The other one was as is. Okay. And this is sell straight sell. Pretty much kind of the same thing. But as I tell you, it's a little bit pricey and out of my price range. Something that I don't think that I would do as an investor, especially because it's not built up. You don't have a lot of commodities in Dolton to be trying to charge so much. All right. So this is right here. This is the affidavit that I want you guys to tell me what you think. Let me get in. I'm going to put the affidavit on the tenant's right. Now, this could be a good thing for people who like new homeowners, don't have this type of stuff in their lease agreement. I think this is pretty typical that if somebody's selling drugs out of your house, they out. That's usually part of the lease agreement. But let me just say hi to everybody in the chat. Jimmy, blessings. Welcome. You seem new here. Welcome. Militant. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Shamira. Am I saying Shemarie? Am I saying it right? Shemarie 104. Blessings and Lloyd Woodgate. Welcome. Okay, come on. Can't get water to the abandoned buildings. I don't know where that came from, but let's move forward. Now, let's look at this, y'all. We deep diving because these are some of the things that Dolton residents are going through. And these are some of the things that I really do think may need to be addressed. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Now, as a person who's a homeowner, have rented before, Usually it's typically in the rental agreement if you're selling drugs, doing anything illegal, that you could forfeit the lease, get kicked out. But this is something that is provided by the Village of Dolton Department of Tenant Rental Form. This is something I think that's mandated. See, I'm a person that don't like everybody in my business. So I'm not used to, okay, don't be mad. I didn't even really like the census because it was asking too much questions. But this right here I think is a little invasive, but let's get to it. So notwithstanding any other provision of this code, when the village conducts inspections of the tenant apartment of so this is probably going to get into the fee and everything. Multifamily dwellings or any other dwelling that is not owner occupied, the village must obtain the consent of such tenant or non-owner occupied to conduct the inspection. And that is sound about right. I know they just rolling up in there like they was doing with Evette towing, like, get down on your face. If let's talk about Evette towing, y'all don't know what Evette towing been going through. That place gangster. That video got 600 views, so y'all really don't know what Evette towing is about. They ain't doing good reading for that. But let's move on, okay? So here we go. Copy of the addendum village housing ordinance are available upon request, and I would like to read that. Now, this is what it is. You're going to give your address, information, the number of children in the household, number of bedrooms, name, age. I'm torn because I'm like, you the village, you're not the landlord. That should only be disclosed unless you have a problem and you got a court order or something. But I'm gonna just move on. They strict out there in Dolton, okay? So considerations for leasing of dwelling units identified in this lease, residents agreed as following. So I think this is this crime-free lease addendum. So this is an addendum that they add to the regular lease. So residents or resident occupied, whether on or off the property. All right, finish reading. Finish reading, Grace, before you get this. It just didn't even sound right when it started. Okay, let's just read it again. Residents and residence occupants, whether on or off the property, and residents and resident occupants, guests and invitees are prohibited. Whether on or off the property, okay, engage in any criminal activities, including drug-related crime activities, or off the said premises. Drug-related criminal activities shall mean the illegal manufacture, sale, distribution, use, possession, and possession with intent to manufacture, sell, distribute, and use illegally. Now, my thing is, all right, but what's killing me is on or off the premises. So if one of you guys got people coming that need to possibly come to your house from the halfway house or parole, that may not fit with this. Now it's saying engaging, but this person has a criminal background I'm talking about. So let's just go into this, because this is on or off the property. And now I'm not giving people a pass, but that's a little bit too much. What if somebody got into something at their job and drugs was put on them or whatever? You don't know. What does that have to do with where they live at? This is a little bit too much, but we do got to follow rules, guys. Y'all know I'm a rebel. This is weird. Engage in an act intent to facilitate criminal activity or permit the dwelling unit to be used for criminal activity. So engage in any intend to facilitate criminal activity. Engage in any act intended to facilitate criminal activity or permit the dwelling unit to be used for criminal. Now, those are two separate incident things. Now, I'm reading it over and over because you got to make it make sense. Engage in any act intended to facilitate criminal activity. That's a whole nother realm. That has nothing to do with a house. So any intended facilitate crime activity. That's wild. And it says, or permit the dwelling unit. Now, it didn't say that. Engage. It should say engage or act or intend to facilitate criminal activity within the dwelling or permit the dwelling unit to be used for criminal activity. That's it. I don't like them. This right here is the setup. Tiffany, you know who wrote this? I'm just playing. Keith Price. This sounds like something Keith Price gonna put up on somebody's ass. Don't even know what he done put up in words and mix you up in contract. You know the devil into contracts, right? Yeah, that's why I learned it. And you know I'm a contract nurse. So I used to read all the contracts. I'm like, what about this? You can float me here? Oh no, I don't think I can't do this. They used to be mad at me. That prepare me for reading these contracts. All right. So again, moving on to C, engage in the unlawful manufacture, selling, using, storing, keeping, or giving any illegal or controlled substance as defined in Illinois. Comply statute in any location, whether on or near the dwelling of the unit premises. Let's go. All right. To my resident who I've been talking to, Mr. Anonymous. I'm gonna call you Mr. Anonymous because I gotta say, you know what I'm talking about. You told me about a story about your neighbor. Now, this is allegedly. Now, it just came to me, y'all. Y'all should mess. Okay, so he told me basically that there was a new renter that came into the house next to them, and that new renter was selling drugs allegedly. And I'm about to tell. I'm telling now. This is allegedly, and he said that he knows Stan, my man, riding a bike, Stan. And he told Stan about this. Now, mind you, he said he called the police several times to say that this man is selling drugs from his home and he's catching the transactions on his door cam. So I was telling him, you got to submit that. You got to put your paper trail down, things like this. So that's why I'm telling you, this is all allegedly because this is something that I'm being told. So he said that after making police reports, he said one time the police came and then went next door and just didn't do anything. And then also, I don't know if he said something about dogs at that person's house was loose, but I think that was another issue if I'm not conflating the story. What makes it really a little bit disheartening is that he was like, he talked to Stan my man, because he thought Stan my man was cool. And Stan was like, all right, don't worry, I'm gonna put the word in, make sure we get everything done, things like that. Now, if it's an ordinance like this, a lease agreement like this, to this day, that person should be out, my friend. So I think you need to go on this website and I could email it to you. I'll inbox you this if you really want to move forward with that alleged neighbor who's selling drugs next to you. Now, I ain't no snitch. I just tell the truth. Okay. I mind my business. I'm just helping the people who ask for help. So basically, this right here makes it unlawful for any tenant to be engaging in this, and this gives the right of the Dolton officials to go in and move once the tenant sign this. Oh yeah, so you know what you could do, my friend? You can make a freedom of information request and see if they signed this criminal lease thing with that person next to you and get their ass put out. I'm gonna just mind my damn business. That all right, I helped you. Don't say all right, Grace, they never help you. There go the facts right here. You got to put that camera, ring bell camera with this. So Stan my man basically didn't do a damn thing. He said Stan my man just shut the job his ass and just sat there and act like nothing happened. So yeah, that was the allegedly, but this is what made me bring it up. Now, again, let's just get to section 2. Violation of the above provision shall be material and irreparable violations of the lease and good cause for immediate termination of tenancy. Just say a single violation of any of the provision of the addendum shall be deemed a serious material and irreparable non-compliance. It is understood that the single violation shall be good cause for immediate termination of lease. Proof of such violation shall not be required. A criminal conviction. Proof of the violation shall not require a criminal conviction, but shall only require a predominance of evidence. Ooh. I know I helped you out. Residents hereby authorized property management owners to use police garnish reports against residents for any such violation and reliable direct evidence. So you know what? This was what they were trying to do with Pablo too. You remember when they was putting false allegations on Pablo's? They were trying to use these ordinance and use the police against Pablo's, but you know, police was just going up there making up stories and stuff. But this a little tell me what y'all think about this. Oh, it's a little invasive, but because this is here, yeah, I see I done found a good way to use it. I'm always finding I put that shit and use it on you. So, Mister, I'm gonna send this to you in your inbox when I'm done with the live. Okay, let me put this to the side for you, and it's actually on Dolton website. Okay. All right. So I think, let's see, is that all that I wanted to show? I think that's all I wanted to show about the housing requirements and how hard it may be as an investor to go in there and invest without a Henyard. Okay, now imagine the Henyard, what she was doing, the fresh mark, like holding things up for 4 months. They losing their escrow money. She lost like $1,000. She had more than one unit. Oh, hell no. That had to have been heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching. So my heart goes out to you, ma'am. I know that things are on the up and up for you, so we pray that it keeps on going on the up and up. And yeah, we'll just take it from there. So we get in the comments for 1 second, and then I'm going to move on to our next section. Dun, 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 dun. Now, like we said, we're going to always keep it real. We're going to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Hold on, wait. Annual lease. Oh, okay. We're not going to get into the inspection thing yet. We're about to get into the inspection thing. Yeah, that's what we're about to do. We're about to get into the inspection document. This is a perfect bridgeway to what we're going to talk about next. So let's get into the inspection. It's like I'm saying, how much is the inspection? We still didn't figure it out. Now we got it. Let's pull it up. And everybody got to get inspections. Wait. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to pull the wrong thing up. This is rental packet. All right. Yeah, this is the rental packet. And it has how much the inspections are. Jesus Christ. I want one to live in. Y'all ain't gonna be coming inspecting my. I'm a clean person. I'm funny. I'm funny. So people can't come into my house or my apartment like that. Like just every year, random people that I don't know. This is not gonna work for somebody like me. I'm a little different. I mean, one inspection, you get something fixed, something new built, understandable. But the rest of this shit is a little bit too much. So rental lease fee. So this is you as a person who owns property. You have to pay to rent your property. Please tell me, is it typical? Let me know if this is typical. I don't rent to nobody because I would never like to rent. I don't want to be a landlord. But I never heard of this before. Now, the reason why I haven't heard of this because I know when I was renting, they would have put that shit right on in the lease. Like, yep, here you go. That's part of what you got to pay yearly fee. So I know that has to come up because landlords don't want to pay this. You know what this going to fall on? Right on a renter. So rental lease fee is $100 per address. Rental inspection fee, single family resident is $100. Multi-units, you times that $75 plus each unit, and this is done yearly. It's a little bit too much. New rental license fee. You gotta have a license. $100. New inspection fee. So this gets to the fees. Is $100. Multi-unit property inspection fee is $75 per unit. So I think the first one is $100, like you see, and then $75 per extra unit. Now, renewal registration payment will double 100% if not paid in 10 days after the renewal registration payment is due. Now, it never said directly how much is the renewal, but I would assume the renewal is $100, right? But it didn't say it in this document. I got a little confused. I'm like, all right, so how much is it? Because my renewal for like, all right. When I did my first business, like there's a business license in my county, it was $100. Each year renewal is $50. After that, you see what I'm saying? And then we just take it from there. So I was trying to figure out, but I'm thinking it's $100. And then after 10 days, they don't even give you a $35 fee. They literally double it. Okay. House help. Is this housing friendly? This is what I want to highlight. So since things are being fixed, this is the time that things are being fixed in Dolton. These are the things that need to be addressed. So maybe they could kind of, how you kind of say, change this just a little bit. Kind of take this off of the people who are buying houses. Everybody who buy houses is not an investor. So this is a lot. I don't like it. So the inspection is about $100. You're 10 days late is going to be $200. And what if you're 10 more days late? Do it double? Now, this is what we're about to get to. Let's get into St. Patrick's. So I don't have a big update on St. Patrick's, but I got enough of an update. Okay. So I was able to go through the inspection list. Okay. So we got an update on that. And I'm still waiting for Miss Alliston, Kimberly to get more information. They playing with me because I think I spelled Alliston's name with an ALLS. And that's why they said they didn't have nobody like that. And then I modified it. Well, just within that same one, and they haven't responded. So I'm gonna send a whole nother one because I want to know what Miss Alliston's been doing because the feds want to know what she's been doing. But with that goes to I'm over here sweating. I got me over here sweating. The sweat that came out. Damn business shirt. All right. But what I wanted to kind of figure out is why the feds looking at them, like what happened, and it has something to do with the inspection. So this is what's coming up with St. Patrick as far as people are going there, they're buying food. You know, their reviews is kind of topsy-turvy. It's going up, it's going down. We're at a 3.4 right now out of 5. All right. Some of the things that they was complaining about. It says the food was cooked well, but could use more flavor, need more vegetables inside, don't like the paper. Now, this is petty. Let's read this. We're going to read a few of the reviews, and then we're going to get into what I found out about the inspection, okay? And that inspection is actually connected to Miss Kimberly, okay? Yeah, her ass in the records. We're going to show you. It's connected to her, okay? So now they says they said they did not like the paper over the tablecloth. The drinks were pricey but good. We have liked a receipt rather than the waitress just telling us the bill. A nice touch would have been bread while waiting for the meal. Okay, so y'all just giving out. I'm not paying you. You don't give me no damn receipt. I don't know what's going on. My experience was great and the food was wonderful. This is all April, okay? This is right now. So got a 1 star. Our reservations was for 3. The restaurant was closed. We had a group of 16. We waited an hour to be allowed in and waited another 30 minutes. Our orders were taken and food delivered order by order. The food order did not match the description. La bone in rib eye with baked potato. I'm just gonna read this and leave this alone because this person is mad as hell. I don't know because I don't eat ribs. A la bone in rib eye with baked potato delivered without bone in and with mashed potatoes. I ordered prime rib, which was not served. There was mass confusion. They are new and we were the test case. They charged a 20% gratuity and only gave 1 check. There is much room for growth. I wish them well. Shaking my head. Okay. So I'm going to leave that because I ain't going to make it about the reviews. We already heard the mess where the chef is alleged pedo. Shout out to, what is it? Go Political. Who ain't afraid. He like, listen, I'm just going to say it because y'all out there trying to act like nobody's saying it. I'm just going to say it. So, I didn't go down that yellow brick road, but yeah, it's some funny business going on. Now, it's even more funny business because this is the Illinois Press Association. And this is what I'm going to tell you guys because I have to remind the audience, this is not a personal attack to Mayor House. This is not a personal attack to the elected official. This is a personal attack to the system and what has happened and what needs to be exposed. So again, it's sad that I have to say that, but I say it because I'm dealing with a particular audience that finds offense with sharing some things. So I just want to show you guys why I'm showing you this. So this is the federal grand jury subpoena delivered recently. This was March. Hold on one second. Did this one pull up the $200 lawsuit? Okay, yes. Okay, the federal grand jury subpoena delivered recent seeking Village of Dolton records regarding the St. Patrick embattled St. Patrick restaurant and rooftop bar property at 1522 Lincoln Avenue. Oh my God, I had to look through 120 pages, y'all. So you better hit the like button to find this address. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, it was a lot, but I did it, and I had to go over it twice. All right, so the subpoena provided by the village via the Delhi Suntown Freedom of Information Act request seeks inspection reports and communication between the village office, former and current building tenants, and property owner as part of the criminal investigation. Dolton trustee Jason House, who beat Henyard in the February 25th Democratic primary for mayor, said Monday he was unaware of the details of the subpoena, but said the village will comply with the federal investigation. Now, mind you, this is around the same time I'm asking for this stuff. Now, I didn't know that they were asking for this stuff, but I was asking for inspection papers and stuff, and I'll show you. I can show you read my email. All right, so the village is commanded to appear before the grand jury or provide the documents by March 17th. So it's sad they say in the village when it's supposed to be Henyard, but it's the village that has to deal with this. Meanwhile, the lawsuit filed by St. Patrick's to secure a liquor license for its planned banquet hall, event space and restaurant, rooftop bar, and a retail liquor store was continued Friday in Cook County. Now, this was the restaurant that was fighting for their life. In January, Henyard, in capacity as Dolton Liquor Commissioner, was found in direct criminal contempt for dragging her feet on the license. And you know that she didn't have to pay no fine, right? That was something that just came up like last week. The judge didn't make her pay no fine. I told y'all he was being too lax on her. He said, she gonna go to jail. She gonna be holding contempt. I'm like, man, I'm not even gonna repeat that because that man ain't gonna do shit. You could tell by the way he was let it go that far. Yeah, she didn't listen to me. She has to come in and tell me why. Hell no, it's no why. She already disrespected you. Okay? So this was back in April. The next hearing was May 2nd, and we already it says the next hearing in this case was scheduled for May 2nd before the Cook County judge. So I'm going to look at that, not right now, but May 2nd was just the other day. So we're going to see where they at with that. Kamara bought the St. Patrick property from Kamar Woods. We know him, your boyfriend, a former township employee, for $200,000 according to the original lawsuit. And we went into that, and we kind of went into who Miss Kamara was, Tiffany, that Tiffany, who she was. I didn't get into her husband because her husband wasn't named on none of her documents, the loan or anything. And actually the loan looks like it took place in 2023. So we know that they had the property back in 2022 in the beginning of it, looking at the paperwork. So what this goes to say, this is what was going on in March, and then we're going to move to now show you, did they pass the inspection? Now, I kept looking. Now, y'all gonna have to hit the like button for this, because this one, that's why I was like, I put my glasses on when I first started because my eyes was a little strenuous. It was strained. This is the Village of Dolton inspection list for 2021, 2023. So we already in 2025, this is probably a year and a half old. Okay, so as of this time, we will say, because I what I'm going to do is do another Freedom of Information request. But for right now, what I will say, that I can physically see the connection between Miss Kim Alliston. Here she go. This is her name. That inspector that we was trying to figure out who she was, the one that Jay called the alleged prostitute, allegedly. Y'all remember that? Connect the dots. I gotta just say it one time just to be angry. Connect the dots. You remember that was who he was talking about, her, the inspector, and she was one of the people that was talking behind his back, possibly got Henyard to turn on him. Now, this page right here, we're on page 59. Look at this, y'all. It's 112 pages. And I had to go through every last one of them to find where 15022 Lincoln Avenue. And I found it. Okay. This was an inspection done by Kim on 11/9/2022. Okay. And this was the only one that was done. The only one. So there should be another one for 2023 highlighted that I told you that they had a loan taken out that for building and construction and things like that. So I don't know. Do you need ongoing inspections? But I do believe that you should, especially since the building is so huge. Is no way you're going to do 1 day of inspection for this building. So I think this should have, I was thinking that this was going to be showing up. They have to inspect all the floors, all the units, heating units, cooling units, structure, roof, water system, everything. You see what I'm saying? And to see this only on this list in 2 years, one time, and they actually failed. That's what I meant to highlight. They didn't pass. You see why Grace Levi intuition said, let's just talk about St. Patrick's. Ben brothers, like something not right. Let's just keep our eye on them. They didn't pass this one inspection that I found in my records. So, as you guys know, that I won't let a dead dog die. And I'm still waiting for a little bit more information. So we're going to follow up on what's going on with the inspection records of this particular place, as well as Miss Kim. I'm still coming for you. Something ain't right about you. We're going to highlight you. You better, I don't know. And then they paid for licenses and things like that. So they may have reimbursed some of their workers. And I say that because she's an inspector. I think you're supposed to have an inspector license. Okay. So yeah, we're going to get into that in later broadcast. I do still have a lot to share with you, but I wanted to just peek in and peek out with that. Let y'all know that I still have my eye on it. And we did make a connection to Miss Alliston, Kim, in real time. I hate this shirt. It got me sweating. I'm about to go change my shirt. Get sexy on y'all. Got me sweating. Okay. Kim Alliston in real time connected to St. Patrick's and the inspection. So the good thing that it said failed. I mean, because if she lied, she probably would have put pass. I don't know. But that's the only record right now that we have of a failed inspection of St. Patrick. Failed. So don't be upset when we are talking about this place. You guys, we want you to be safe. Fuck fun. Okay. Now, this is another document that I want to show you guys of some of the things, and just to flash back, because hold on, that's Lincoln. Do I got anything? Roofing and windows allowance. Oh, we're going to get into the roofing and windows next. But yes, roofing and windows. So this is how we're going to bridge into roofing and windows. Let's go. Now, this document, I've been bragging on it, talking about it, and now I remember where I got it from. It wasn't off of the internet. It was actually through a Freedom of Information request. I thought it was off the internet, but it wasn't. Shout out to Dolton. You sent me this for something else. I guess you said she'll figure it out, and you're damn right I did. You're damn right I did. So here is the annual treasury report for 2023 of Dolton, and it talks about some of where the money was spent, money's coming in, and things like that. So this is on page 2, where it talks about the summary of expenditures, and then we're going to get into some of the money that's coming in before the end of this. Okay. But this is where we're going to get into the expenditures. And why is this here? Because it actually talks about some of the contractors that they contracted with. So I was like, all right, cool. Because, I kept looking for Krigley as Elite Krigley. Couldn't find anything with that. His company didn't seem to be the company who provided that service. So I could not link Krigley to the roofing and housing program. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I can't lie. So I couldn't link him right now, but we still got our eye on you, Krigley. I'm not done with you. So here is the housing and roofing program. Now, this was the detail flyer that the residents received. And someone has said that they pay for their own roof. So y'all can get at me in my inbox and let me know how that worked out. But this was some information that I got. And when they were rolling this out a little while ago, it's my freedom of information request. All right, y'all know I'll be working hard over here. Hit the like button, and I want to say thank you to all of the members that's in my membership. You know, I don't have a lot of content, but that money actually goes to the resources where I can get a lot of this stuff done and kind of get deep dive. So, small owner, what is this? You are a priority in the village of Dolton. Dolton has your interests at heart and has provided seniors and businesses a chance to apply for a grant. This grant, small business owner grant application. In order to be eligible, you must meet the following. Now it says, or senior roofing or windows replacement grant application. So they have a small business grant application. Ooh, I ain't know about that, y'all. Y'all knew about that? Did anybody ever get that? Take that. Y'all know what I'm about to do. Yeah, we're going to definitely look into that to see what small businesses actually receive the grant money. Dun, 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 dun. This hole just go deeper and deeper. Don't let me look at something. My mom be going deep. So, yeah, we will be following up with the small business on the grant application. I didn't know they had that. Anybody got some money from Tiffany? Or was it her own people? Yeah, all right. So senior roofing or windows replacement. So it's senior or window replacement. You must be a Dolton resident, 65 years or older, or a veteran of the United States Army service. Must show valid ID. You must be registered homeowner. You cannot be the renter. Windows and replacements must be standard requirements. No custom orders. This includes bay windows. Roof replacement. Don't be trying to get them cheap windows. Roof replacement includes shingles, no major or internal repairs, just the shingles. What? Oh, hell no. That sounds crazy. Excuse me. If you fix the roof and you find an issue, you can't just replace the shingles. You got to fix the roof. That should have been called shingle replacement program. Oh, I already see the juke. They about to juke you. That ain't no damn roof replacement. That's the shingle replacement pro. I'm about to get Tiffany. She over there messing with people's lives. All right, so window allowance. And guys, I do ask you guys to come out the bushes. Come and get into the comments. What I will say is that I ask for participation. So if I don't get participation in the live, I'm just going to pre-record some stuff and just throw it out there. Okay. It take a lot for me to do this. So I ask for you guys to participate. There's nothing for you to be afraid of anymore. Y'all got house in there. If y'all truly care, get in the damn comments so we could talk about it. If you don't, then just get off my page. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. God, can I make a damn joke? Y'all, hey, I'm over here talking to my damn self, but y'all over here digesting this shit. Nobody really saying nothing because what? Y'all don't want to bask in the ambiance of the truth. This is what's going on. Residents continue to address it. I am the Miss Mary of the YouTube streets. Okay, let's go. So now this is a window allowance and a roofing allowance. So basically the residents was allotted $2,000 for windows and they were allotted up to $5,000 to replace the shingles. 25 consultants need to be scheduled Monday through Wednesday. What does this mean? Now, could y'all tell me? I was confused. I was like, y'all know I'm getting tired doing my research. 25 consultants need to be scheduled. Consultations. I'm sorry. 25 consultations. What consultations? That's what I meant to say. What consultation? Not consultant. Consultations. 25 consultations need to be scheduled Monday through Wednesday. 25. Are they trying to say a max of 25 consultation? Once consultation is complete, the job start date will be scheduled for that weekend. 25 consultations. What does that mean, y'all? Help me out. Okay. I was a little confused, but I was like, maybe I'm just getting tired. What type of consultations are they talking about? Now, I know people come to the home to, do a consultation for the roof, but 25 of them? I'm confused. Invoices are submitted once job is completed. So, do you guys prepay for the window? 25 homes? Somebody said 25 homes. What does that mean? 25 home consultations? I'm looking at the comment. Honestly, this doesn't make sense to me, but y'all could clarify that. You said, will Lucifer daughter see any jail time? If she going to jail, other people around her going to jail too, because they edit and debated in some of this stuff. Okay, especially when we get to one of these contractors. That's why I said this whole thing is a conspiracy, and you can't literally just don't look at people because you don't want to, because nobody would even thought that this person would have been involved. So this is senior roofing and window replacement grant application. Let me just read to y'all what it says. It says, hello, Dolton resident. I am pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. However, it is pending receipt of the approved and execute contract from the vendor, and finishing all of the materials, equipment, labor, and anything important to complete the job according to the specifications and plan outline in accordance with the outlines approved by the Village of Dolton. Kindly find here in copy of the contractor's agreement. Okay, the owner should sign the agreement and send it back to us for the execution. For the safety of all, please be advised that no work shall proceed until you provide the official certificate of insurance. Your insurer should send a copy to us by mail. So they need insurance too. You need extra insurance? I thought you have home insurance. I will hope it's home insurance, because I'll be sending my home insurance policy. Y'all clarify this for me. Come on, Dolton residents. Are people facing all of this? Do you have to get a separate insurance, building insurance? All right. Additionally, especially if you have a one-family home. So additionally, you are expected to adhere to the time and indicated in the work permit. If there shall be changes in the scope of work, it should be done in writing. I am very proud to be able to utilize grant money from the American Rescue Plan 2021 to be able to assist the seniors with the needed repair of their home. So it's the rescue plan, and that's for 2021. We're going to look at that, not right now. All right. So this was about the program. This was the letter that was sent out. This was from William Moore. Okay, this is perfect. This was September 2022. To whom this may concern, okay, here we go. And this is who we're going to get into, the contractors. This is so perfect, y'all. This flow real good. It says, to whom this is from Mr. Don't Pray For Me More. Okay, if y'all know who he is, y'all need me to put him on the screen, Mr. Moore. Because he made me mad. He acted like a fool at the Thornton Township thing. Do I have his picture? Did I take more down? Oh, don't worry, Moore. I'm coming back for you. All right, I took his picture down. Don't worry, we got a whole lot for you. So here we go. It was with great pleasure that I take this opportunity to recognize OAKK Construction Company. Does that ring a bell? Inc. For being a reliable professional that they are. OAKK has been one of the contractors of the Village of Dolton Senior and Veteran Windows and Roofing Program. The Village of Dolton was recipient of the American Rescue Plan grant, and the program was developed to assist seniors and veteran residents with needed windows and roofing repair. OAKK Construction is highly qualified and capable constructor who was eager to assist and has the ability to perform and complete many major projects in a timely manner. OAKK, I'm just being funny, has the expertise and key personnel who has completed over 50 windows and roofing repair projects and has worked very well with adults and residents. As the program continues, OAKK has been a major contributor and driver force in this success. So, do anybody know who OKKK is? I got to tell y'all everything, huh? I'm over here talking shit. I got to remind y'all of everything because we've been blindsided, and I just love the fact that I pay attention. So this is a list of, they said this is all the homes that was done in Dolton under the roofing program. Now, these addresses ain't correct. All right. I don't think these addresses is totally correct. Don't worry. It's only 2 pages. But right here is what stands out to me. There's only 3 vendors. There's 3 vendors that were verified through my Freedom of Information request, which is Gasca, Total Roofing, and OAKK. And OKKK did most of their roofing and housing, roofing and window project. Now, if we could just go back to this document real quick, and I can let you know how much they got paid. We'll let you know how much they got paid in 2023. Now, is anybody in the comments know who these people are? Let's keep going. All right. We got somebody that's close. So OKKK was paid in 2023. And this is proof. Feds, here we go. Put it together for you. They were paid, this company. This was the expenditures. There we go. It's already highlighted. I'm glad it stayed highlighted. So they were paid $194,000 in 2023. Okay. And how many houses they did? Oh man. Y'all think this number is okay? $200,000 for let me count how many houses they did. I'm gonna just do a quick count, okay? I'm counting 40. About 56 houses. They did 56 houses, and they were getting charged at least. They would, I would assume they were doing the roof is about, they get a $5,000 credit towards it. Hold on. I'm just going to do the math real quick. Let's see something. 56 houses. It's about 56 the house. $5,000. There's about 56 houses. So if there was 56 roofs that was done for $5,000, they should have been reimbursed about $280,000. It says 194. So that's telling me that other things was done. But this is proof of OK Construction getting paid from the village of Dolton. Now what we're going to do is get into this real quick. Who is OK Construction? Y'all know I got to do it. I went into their little business. I was like, okay, hold on. There we go. Instead of me dragging it out, let's just put it on the screen real quick. Give me 1 second. Do y'all remember this article? Feds, there they go. This was part of this. The feds didn't put this in, but they was already implemented in bribery. This was OAKK Construction Code. Yes, so that's why I smile. You got it. Thank you, Prima Donna. Exactly. Everything is coming to roost. Everything is coming into full circle so you guys can see the bigger picture and who is connected to who. Okay. I will hope that I'm not getting to a point that is going to make it dangerous for me, because I'm starting to put things together and I kind of understand why. Exactly. Alice Nitchkoff. Here we go. Why people would want to ignore someone like me, because I put shit together. I'll be finding right in front of y'all like, oh shit, we just found it. So this is the company that was going in or around the Dolton residents' home this federal subpoena. So it is a federal subpoena. The federal subpoena was issued this spring to the village of Dolton and Thornton Township. So this was the beginning. I know I kind of just remembered that they were implemented in bribery, but I did not know they were part of the federal subpoena already. Okay, so that's kind of something new to me. I know y'all guys probably was aware of it, but this is the pieces. So now we're seeing it in real life. OAKK was part of the housing and roofing program. So federal subpoena was issued this spring for the village of Dolton Township, where Henyard is supervising, and records show OK was the name in Dolton subpoena. They are part of the ongoing intensified federal investigation in Henyard. The self-styled super mayor, whose controversial governance style and decisions has generated national, international attention and news. Okay, dozens of business, government employees, political figures, and numbers of Henyard's inside circles are named in the wide range subpoena. That's why we got to pay attention to this subpoena. I am going to go over this subpoena in detail again, and we're just going to compare it and contrast to some of the things I've been talking about here. So again, we have the proof that this company did get paid from Dolton, and the FBI is watching them, not only because they took briberies and things like that, but let me see something. I had went in. Let me see. That's Garcia. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. We delivered. This was just some. Construction Co. The True Blue Book. I didn't go into detail about them, because you already see that this live is long and I had a lot of pieces to put together. But OK Construction Co. This is their portfolio. They say qualifications. They still in business. Hell to the no. To the no. That don't work, y'all. Hell to the no. This site cannot be reached. So, yeah. So this is how far reach this thing is. So we're going to revisit this, because obviously the feds are looking into OAKK Construction and St. Patrick's. There's a reason. Okay. Residents, don't take this personal. Y'all need to know. Y'all need to know what's going on. So now, all right, we made the connections. We showed the proof. We got the proof. All right. So they got paid. There's more stuff in here, but this sheet they gave me, I'm gonna be going back and forth to this sheet for a while, because there's so much more that I have to show y'all. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna go back to this sheet, because I think the next part that I want to get into. So we already exposed OAKK Construction, and they were part of the roofing and housing program. We did not know why the feds were looking into them, but they're looking into them because this program and possibly other things that they had going on. It got to be more than just this roofing and housing contract. It has to be. This is minor. $198,000. It's something bigger. Okay? Yes. All right. So we're not going to go over that roofing certificate contractor. I had pulled that all up. Let's pull up that paper real quick. I just want to show y'all that it's going to be, I'm going to keep going back to his treasury report, because let me see what's the next thing. So that was about 5 topics. So we did St. Patrick's, we did OAKK Constructions. Yes, we're moving through. We on number. Now we're going to go into bills. We're going to go into a little bit of bills and revenue. Okay, let's hit it. Please hit the like button. Please. This, I'm going to send a shout out to Miss Babe Solo, because I found a video. I didn't know she had a page. Miss Babe Solo. I believe she's a resident of Dolton, and she made a video talking about the water bill. But before we do that, let me see something. Y'all remember when they was like Tiffany was taking money out the firefighter pension and things like that? There go money that was going in. And as they say, that's the proof money was going in. This was money that was paid to the pension. And then when we was looking at it, I think we was looking at Thornton's. I think we was looking at Thornton's or Dolton. Which one we was looking at? I think it was Thornton. It looked like it was coming in and coming out, and the account was pretty empty in the end. But this is some of the things, the expenditures that they have in Dolton. So this is some of the expenditures, and that's where I was able to find some of the information. So right now, I need to have a reference point for me to actually pull, some things. But there is a few skeptical spending, as we already know. But there's a few contractors that I want to verify here. They have things for like Dick's Sporting Goods, $12,000. Discount Fence, $17,000. I don't know who fence got fixed. They got a lot of weird things here that I'm just gonna break up one day and y'all get to see some more of this stuff, because we never saw exactly what Dolton was spending. Well, Tiffany was spending money on. We saw what Thornton was spending because we had people Freedom of Information request the credit cards and things like that. Who else they were paying? Yo, they paid the Illinois State Police. I wonder what they paid the Illinois State Police $14,000 for. I was looking at that. I was like, what the hell? They paid the Illinois State Police, and they paid a Chicago tribute as well. This is Jimbo Catering. Y'all remember we went into Jimbo Catering? That's there. They paid $4,000. So this is a good document. So like I said, I have this. Ooh. Oh. Y'all see that right there? This is for the Grace Levi family. Y'all see that right there? Right there? We're going to be doing a deep dive on that one too. It's not done. We're going to figure out where them damn cars went. Where them damn cars at? Where the Tahoe, Tiffany? About $11,000 to Enterprise paid. Yeah, don't forget about that. All right, so let's get to Babe solo video where she just talks about her update about the water bill. And I did give y'all a pre-heads up of what another resident has told me, but I'm gonna give Babe solo the floor. Yeah, discount, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's why I have to take my time and break it down, because it could be overwhelming. So I'm trying to do it comprehensively. But yeah, it's some weird shit. We're gonna do that. We got you. I got you, boo. Tiffany been wilding, and somebody in that background been letting her rock out. That's why I say y'all gotta get her goons in the back too. Got really clean house, but you can't clean house if you don't know the names. If you not talking about these situations and the names come up, and then you put two and two together, that's the only way. So this is Babe solo update on the progress of Dolton Town water bill. I came down for myself, my experience. Okay, so I think she's there, right? Let's put this.
If you're on my channel or you watching from far off somewhere else, they're trying to straighten out the water bill. So the lady, she explained it to me. She was nice. The room.
Hold on, don't you?
Room had great atmosphere. It felt so good. They didn't even tell me to put my phone down, because I did recording. I didn't go live. I recorded what I was saying in there and how everything felt, and I will post that up because I did record. So now we're gonna get to downtown Dolton, and it feels good. Let me show y'all some new things that are happening. Look at this. This guy was trying to open this lounge.
He's back.
And he fought. He was the one that came in there crying he was telling Tiffany about his children.
I didn't read this right here. And I didn't read this lawsuit, but I think I did. I didn't read it, but I did give y'all an update on him. And he lost the lawsuit because the cigarette lounge, according to the ordinance, was connected to the buildings. It was supposed to be separate, and that's how Tiffany won this. Now, it looks like it's going to be open. Now, I will say Ruckus Cigar Lounge is directly connected to Kiana Belcher. Yes. So these are some of the things that I've been new. I did not talk about Ruckus because I didn't want to say Kiana's name. I don't want to say anything that make people feel away. But here we go. This is Ruckus Cigar Lounge. This one wasn't open because of this, but there's more to this story because that gentleman that I shared his video a couple of weeks ago, he did it in debt of all of these businesses. Remember when we talked about the real housing crisis and things like that? So I like it. It's cool. It's nice. But we need to make sure that residents as well is getting rights to these buildings and their businesses is open up. So it looks like Rutgers is getting open as of now. There's more to this company. I do think you guys need to continue to research and learn more about them, and you guys make your decision. When time is for me to talk, I will talk. But that goes to say, I'm gonna leave that right there. But I thought she was talking about the water bill. She went to pay a water bill. So I was hoping she had some good news about the water bill, but then she started showing us some of the properties. Well, look at this building. I remember this building, y'all. Hold on. This blue building. That's the Mason building. That better not be that better not be the building that Cassandra keeps saying they be in.
Beautiful again.
Wait, Cassandra.
Emotional.
Shit.
Because people.
Now she backed up what I was saying because I was talking about Masons, people down there, Masons and everything, and she was like, "Yeah, they're drinking with the Masons and shit." I was like, here we go. So this is some of the updates. I think y'all could go look at Babe's solo video. I think she's giving some good updates. Y'all get to see how the town looked, the changes that's going on. I honestly thought that she was going to be talking about the water bill in more detail. Maybe tell us that they fixed the estimate bill or something like that. But with that goes to say, I'm going to put her video at the bottom. She is boots on the ground. And damn, Rutgers, I didn't even know. Why y'all going to have to show me that in the middle of my daggone live, knowing I can't shut up? I've been holding my mouth about Rutgers for a long time. There is a lot going on with that gentleman. So that gentleman has a background that some people may not be comfortable with, and that's real. You know, I can't hold my mouth just because all the time. Rutgers, y'all know, if y'all live down there, y'all heard the damn stories. I was told the stories of that man and his business and the way he conducts himself in society when I was down there. And then when I got back up here, I saw the connection with Kiana and him is working together. And then I heard more when the video was done. Now, the reason why I did not say anything, as I mentioned, the streets is wild. Yeah, I mean, people get upset, but all I can do is just tell the truth of what I seen. So it's open. I will pray that everything is on the up and up. I don't know Rutgers, that guy personally, but like I said, for me to be a stranger, I didn't get a lot of good stories about him. But I'm going to move forward. Real is real. Now, let's move on to Arson. Okay, this is the last part, and this is going to wind us off into part 2 for tomorrow because a lot of you guys did not see the actual case that I read of Yvette towing. As soon as I saw this shit, I said, yo, that's Yvette towing. Yo, that's the place. Because in the video, that was the same times I did Woody's. I did Woody's and I did Yvette towing. So Woody's barbecue went bigger than this. They didn't really pay attention, but y'all gonna hear the traumatizing story that they went to as well, where Lacey, Alliston, Kim were running down on them every day. But it seemed like some shady stuff was going on a little bit, like they was having parties at this place, and they just kept running down, locking them up, This man got locked up so many times, and one of them was saying that they was selling liquor on the premises. So tomorrow evening, because we're not going to do it tonight because I probably don't have the capacity because it's just so long, I just be going. That one is going to be like an hour of the breakdown of that case. It's just going to be a re-upload so y'all can actually make the connection to this place that's now up in flames with the case that we read a couple of months ago, and I think that was up in August. We read that. So arson investigation underway at Illinois trucking and warehouse facility. Here's the rest of the article. Oh, I hate it. It's so terrible. Why they got all these commercials? And look at this. This is ridiculous. Illinois fire marshal is investigating the structure fire that ordered at a Dolton trucking and warehouse business on Tuesday. Shortly before 8 a.m. on April 29th, firefighters respond to Evette Towing Warehouse, a business located at 1300 block of East 142nd Street. When crews arrived on the scene, the building was engulfed in flames. Multiple agencies responded to the 3-alarm fire, but the facility was destroyed. No one was injured. Dolton Deputy Fire Chief John Calhoun told WGN 9 that the fire is suspicious in nature. We don't have the fire marshal out here currently with our arson team. It says the outlet also reported that the business was raided in December 2024 by the Illinois Secretary of State Police because vehicles parked on the property was allegedly connected to stolen auto investigation. Oh, yeah, we're going to definitely have to revisit this. Y'all remember what they were saying is a possible car ring going on in in Dolton, and maybe connected to some of the missing vehicles that Kiana was looking for. I don't know if Kiana found those vehicles, but we already had someone who gave me an anonymous tip about Miss Wells' husband, Miss Wells' town. Yup, it ain't no joke. Because, yeah, y'all remember that when we were trying to figure out about Miss Wells, and I was like, all right, y'all, we still trying to figure out whose side she on. I said her husband was an OG mayor. He'd been out there for a long time. Then allegedly the police station has some connection with Dolton Police Station, and they have vehicles that look remarkably the same. And I had an anonymous person telling me that they was exchanging vehicles, allegedly. House, you got a lot of work to do, baby. That's why he need help. You can't see all this together. House is gonna try. He gonna try his best, but he need to know. And I think it's things that he may not know. Go ahead, fuck around and find out. I think things I think he may not know. They may probably try to keep from him. You know, y'all heard what he said that Riley Rogers every so often sits with him and say, when you think the honeymoon gonna be over. I'm not the only one that's realistic. So he like, I pray it ain't over. I'll be working at it. Please do. So in December, Illinois Secretary of State raided the business and told WGN Investigation that 10 to 15 vehicles parked on the property were connected to open auto theft investigation. Gardner, this person was bold. Gardner said at the time that he rents parking lot spots to others and had no way to determine whether the cars were stolen. Sounds about a Tiffany. Tiffany's situation went wrong. Anything Tiffany got something to do with, it goes wrong. St. Patrick, wrong. OAKK, wrong. High housing. This place, just wrong individuals. And when I was reading that case, I was like, something weird about this. It looked like they be getting down in this place, but I didn't know anything about cars parking there because it's a U-Haul place. You see what I'm saying? So WGN Investigated previously reported that the property owner Lawrence Gardner was a frequent critic of the outgoing Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who claimed he was the target of retaliation for not supporting her. Gardner did not respond to the request for comment about the fire. Okay, so this is the video of him complaining about her. That's why I don't think it's her, because if he got insurance, he gonna get money out of this. If you got the popo looking at you for possibly being in a car theft ring, what do gangsters do? Burn it all down. Y'all don't watch the Sopranos? That's what they do. When it's time, burn it all down. And this is what they're doing. Let's play this real quick. It's a flashback.
WGN Investigates a town in turmoil. South Suburban mayor accused of using police to target her political opponents.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley has the story.
For decades, the Shaw brothers ran politics in and around South Suburban Dolton. Their antics were legendary, but now there's a new leader in town. She calls herself the People's Super Mayor. But that's not how some of the people would characterize her leadership.
Show me 23.
The night of June 10th, police arrived at this truck yard in Dolton, owned by Lawrence Gardner.
How are you?
I don't know. I was doing good till you got here.
The reason police responded depends on who you ask. In this report, officers said it was for an ordinance violation for hosting a group of bikers at his business without a license. But Gardner has a different take.
Okay.
Okay.
It's what it is.
What? So here we go.
He says he's been repeatedly harassed for not supporting Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
We taking care of all the business, right? All the business.
You can't stop me from closing my gate.
Last time I'm gonna say it, sir.
Okay.
Please stop.
I'm not.
Okay.
The standoff that night ended with Gardner in handcuffs.
I'm tired of them. They've been harassing me for months and months and months.
Have a seat, folks, sir.
And charged with misdemeanor obstructing an officer.
How does that matter to you?
With the gate. It's all on body cam. No big deal.
The charge eventually dropped. Case closed, right? Not quite. Gardner claims the harassment continues.
I'm suffering. They destroyed my trucking company. They shut my store down.
And he's not alone. Others in town are sharing similar stories of alleged retaliation for not supporting this suburban mayor.
It's a regular occurrence. She uses the police force to intimidate residents.
The Dolton Park District's director said in her case, the mayor objected to a car show on park property and shut down the event.
It felt like an abuse of power. She used her entire police force to come in and prevent something from happening because things didn't go her way, really.
Some businesses, even village employees, are now suing Dolton.
I filed the lawsuit because I am a victim of retaliation.
Eris Montgomery is Dolton's deputy village clerk. In her complaint filed last May in federal court, she claims the board increased her pay to $60,000, but the mayor ordered not to implement the raise because the clerk didn't support Henyard politically.
People are walking on eggshells, so to speak. They're afraid to have an opinion about anything or to fulfill their duties.
Since taking office in 2021, Henyard has repeatedly clashed with residents and fellow elected officials, even locking trustees out of Village Hall amid a dispute.
This is the second time she did this.
That was 2021. 2 years later, dysfunction is still the definition of a Dolton Village board meeting.
You're the ones that's costing the village money. And I don't have that call.
We don't miss her at all. And what happens when the money honeymoon over reality hit? The bills are due, household things are due, destruction has to take place. Hell yeah, it's over. Once you get married, honeymoon, you come home to the reality. That's what happened. And it may not always be good because you get to know your spouse more. The honeymoon phase, that's what that means. Reality. It's the shit. Let's finish watch this.
Okay. Well, you wanted her to expound. Don't drag out the meeting. I made a motion.
It took 30 minutes of yelling just to agree on the order of the night's agenda. Some residents say they are fed up.
Until this administration starts respecting us as citizens, I'll be damned if I'm going to respect them as an administration.
3.5 hours later, we had a quick chance to chat with the mayor.
At what point is this dysfunction a reflection on your leadership?
When I replace my board.
They replaced that ass, and I'm gonna move. They replaced that ass. Sorry, 95%. 95%. All right, so let me just show you the picture of Evette Towins up in flame. And what I'm just going to show y'all just a few minutes of the actual video. And tomorrow we'll be, damn, whoa. Now that is, do y'all see that? Yeah, wait, that's arson. Did y'all see that? Oh, hell no. Somebody blew that up with gas. One more time. One more game. This, y'all see what Tiffany done brought to y'all neighborhood? Hold on 1 second. That was dangerous. That's like 9/11 explosion. Hold on. We trying to get it to play one more time. Is this it? Yeah.
Flames shoot out the windows and take down the roof of a U-Haul facility. This all unfolding on 142nd Street. Amazingly, no one was hurt. Firefighters able to contain it, extinguishing those flames. Right now, the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
All right, so this is the place, y'all. So I just want to show y'all what we have. The people who have missed it. This is actually Lawrence Gardner. This is the case. We went into it all from the beginning to the end, what was happening. And it was still pending. I think that was what was happening. So this was one of the last updates. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it was still pending. That's the last update right there. On 2/6/2025, and the defendant Tiffany Henyard and Kim Alliston motioned to dismiss the complaint, and it's because of the way that his lawyer actually wrote it up. Okay, again, her name is right up here, right again. So y'all, Freedom of Information Request officers, I love you. You beautiful. You did a great job, but y'all know exactly what I need. Okay, so this is the case that you guys is going to be able to look at tomorrow totally. But while we're getting off, I'm going to just show you a little bit, a piece of it. This is the video that we did. Hold on. No. Hold on. That was Big Woods. I had split it up. This is it. Hold on 1 second. I pulled everything up. Oh, I know where it's at, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I got a lot. This is the last thing that I want to show y'all. This is a little bit of which I'm going to get tomorrow at a flashback. If y'all did not see this, I did this in August. This is the information related to Evette towing in the gross, crazy situation that went on. Tiffany had them running for their damn money. That man got locked up so many times behind Lacey Lewis. It was ridiculous. So let's just play this real quick while we get off. I want to say thank you for being here with me today. Please hit the like button. I'm going to continue to give you deep dives into Dolton, things that you literally can move forward to try to rectify. This is not about calling out things to make people look bad. It's actually to call out things to make sure things get done. So let's play this. And it's going to get us into case number 2, a new filing that took place on 11/18. So this first one was 11/15 from Big Woods Barbecue, and this next one is actually 11.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Leader, they want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor. Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Let my snitching fool you. I love a good jam. And I'm SINGLE again, outside hanging out the window with my wretched ass friends. Let's go!
Go, Karen.
Let's go!
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for